Well, Gary, it's finished Lancaster City 0, Whitby Town 0 this afternoon. A point that I'm sure all things considered you'll probably take from happily.
Yeah, I think it was a really good, solid, in terms of the defensive performance was really, really good. I've just told the lads there, to a man, they've worked really, really hard today to get a point and to see out the clean sheet. Certainly a point we'd have taken before the game. Coming to a tough ground, a tough pitch. It looks all right from the side, but I'm sure they'll admit as well it was a really soft pitch today, which tore up pretty quickly. So now, all things considered, and coming up against a team who have been in really good form throughout the season. I'm really happy. Obviously, we probably lacked a little bit in the opportunities we had today. We just probably didn't have that end product today. We got into some good positions first half, had a couple of chances second half, and then obviously had to see the game out at the other end. And we will take the point, and we'll hope to back it up next weekend and make it a really good point.
Just looking across the match and how it panned out, that first half hour in particular, it did seem very even, and it felt like it was sort of, you could tell it was two teams that were in decent form, couldn't you, the way it was being played?
Yeah, it was a good game, and I just spoke to their manager there, Jimmy, and we just said the same thing. It was a really tight game all through, really. I think in that first half an hour especially, it was probably our best spell. We had some good opportunities down the sides. We sort of knew what shape they'd play. They don't come away from that shape, and we sort of knew areas within that where we could really exploit, and we've done that for the first half an hour, as you said. But I just think, I told them at half time, I just think we probably came away from that a little bit, and thought we were a little bit better than we probably were. Came away from the stuff that was getting us success, not just today, but over the last month or so, especially. And we just had to re-emphasise the stuff that has got us success, and get back on it, which I think we did second half. Obviously, you're always going to come under pressure at the other end against a team like that, and being away from home, and a team looking to get the first win in. I know they won a couple of weeks ago, but the second win within the last 5-6 games. So they're where they want to put that right, and I think that's the third game that they've drawn here, so they obviously want to put that right. On the whole, for us to get through the game with a clean sheet and a point, it's certainly something we'll take for sure.
Yeah, and then it sort of felt ironically that it was James Harrison's shot just after the half hour that really ignited Lancaster into gear, and it did feel at that point that half time was very welcome for your side. Yeah,
as I mentioned, we had a few opportunities, didn't they? More through miscommunication more than anything. I think myself and Blandy got into a little bit of a situation, and there was other situations where we created our own problems more than anything. Just not being positive, not playing forward. As I said, it was a pitch which tore up pretty quickly, and I felt like Blandy had too much to do with his feet today, in terms of our own possession, and it wasn't really a pitch for that. And the only thing Blandy can do there is punt it forward, and on a pitch like this, which it was a little bit bumpy, anything can happen. So we need to come away from that and play forward a little bit more, and we got a bit more joy with that second half, and had a few opportunities with it, but ultimately we take the point, and we move on to prepare for guys there at home.
Yeah, it's looking into that second half as well, and the start actually was quite promising for Whitby, without really testing the goalkeeper too much, but a few real signs to try and build on ahead of what was something of a storm from Lancaster shortly after.
Yeah, as I've mentioned, they're always going to do that, and they've built up some good form here over the season, and they've won a lot of games here, and they won't be happy with the couple of 0-0s they've got here. I think that's their third now, and I think, knowing Jimmy, we'll probably be a lot happier with the 0-0 than they are. So that's certainly a positive I'll take from it. It's a positive that we'll take from it as a group. I've just told them there, I think it's a real positive sign from where we've come over the last month or two, that we are disappointed not to have won the game. I'm not saying we should have won the game, but to not win a game of football, and the lads to be disappointed and frustrated, certainly shows how far we've come in. I'm really proud of the effort and application and attitude that the lads have put into it.
Yeah, and then after the disallowed goal as well, you could sort of see that Whitby after that, sort of just trying to keep hold of the ball a bit better, and I suppose really came around to game managing it, and perhaps could have even nicked it right in the last kick with Sam Collins there.
Yeah, we question mark that game management, you know, a lot of times, and we need to be better at that's for sure. And we need to pick our moments when to go forward, when to keep the ball. We need to have better game management in the type of cross, in the type of shot we take at the different times of the game. You know, and when you're chasing wins and when you're trying to hold on to 0-0s, you know, there's certain aspects of the game that we probably do need to do better. And it's all a work in progress. And if you can, you know, get points away and back them up with home wins whilst you're still in the process of fine tuning those things within your game, you know, that's all good with me. And no, we're a positive group. I said that they'll continue to work hard for me, and no, we'll look to build on today and look to build on recent form.
Just looking at that next match, a home game next Saturday against guys that are under new management, a management team you know very well. Of course, I haven't played them twice already this season at Stocksbridge, so a tough one in prospect, but I suppose at the same time you've got to really sort of try and exploit their fragility at the moment.
Yeah, I've seen that they've lost today, but I know Ian will go in and he'll get going. He's, you know, he's obviously local lad to the club, and he's obviously been courted for a long time there, just being the club next door. So no, I'm well aware of what he'll bring to the club. You know, he'll get them going. I know he's probably in a little bit of a false position with the club at the moment, but you know, you fully expect Guiseley to come up and do what they've done previous seasons, and you know, we're just hoping obviously that it's not going to be next weekend. You know, we've built up some real good home form at the moment. You know, we've made it a little bit of a fortress within ourselves, and you know, we picked up some good points there and scored some good goals, and you know, it'll be a good test, but you know, we'll be happy to be back at the tour bar, back in front of our own fans, and have a good go at getting another 3 points.
Yeah, and just finally as well, a chance for supporters to really sort of celebrate, because it's going to be Shane Bland. It was set to match the all-time top appearance record lots of Paul Pittman at the moment, so I'm sure he'll be really looking forward to that one, and hopefully for him can be a memorable occasion too.
Yeah, and hopefully, you know, we can back it up with 3 points. That'll be a great day for Blandy. You know, I'm really pleased for him today. I can't remember the last time. He won't be too long ago, but you know, he certainly hasn't had a clean sheet in recent games, so I know he's pleased with that. And no, it'll be a great occasion for Blandy. He's been an absolute, see Jim, he's been an absolute stalwart for. Thank you. He's been an absolute stalwart for the football club, and no, I'm really pleased for Blandy. He's the cornerstone of the football club, if you like, and you know, it'll be a momentous day for him. And no, like I said, I hope that we can really back it up for him with 3 points on the day.
Gary.
Thank you.